Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Welcome to today's Senior Safety Advice Podcast, your daily moment of calm, guidance, and encouragement as we navigate aging, caregiving, and living well together. Today I want to talk about sharing stories that keep memories alive. Because stories aren't just words we speak, they're bridges that connect generations, heal hearts, and preserve the essence of who we are. Have you ever noticed how a single story can light up a room? Maybe it's an old family tale about how your grandparents met, or the way your father used to tell the same joke every Thanksgiving. You can almost hear the laughter again, can't you? Stories are how we pass down identity. They remind us and the people we love of where we came from and what matters most. As we get older, these stories take on even more meaning because time moves quickly and memories can fade, but stories can hold the pieces together. Sharing stories isn't just emotionally healing, it's physically and cognitively beneficial too. When we recall and tell our stories, the brain lights up in multiple areas. Memory, language, emotion, and creativity all work together. That strengthens neural connections and supports cognitive function. For older adults, storytelling can boost mood, reduce loneliness, and even lessen symptoms of depression. And for caregivers or family members, hearing those stories helps you understand your loved one beyond their current challenges. You remember who they are, not just what they need. It also nurtures empathy and belonging. When stories are shared within families, everyone, young and old, feels a sense of continuity. It's a reminder that life has chapters and each chapter has meaning. You don't need a special occasion or a perfect memory to start sharing stories. It can happen anytime, during meals, car rides, or even when just doing something simple like folding the laundry. Here are some ways that you can begin. Number 1 is to ask open-ended questions. Instead of saying, "Do you remember such and such?" try asking, "What was your favorite thing to do as a child?" Or "What was your first job like?" These questions open the door to conversation rather than testing someone's memory. Number 2 is to use photos or objects. Old photos, recipes, music, or keepsakes can trigger memories and make storytelling easier, especially for people with memory loss. Number 3 is to write down or record your stories. Use your phone's voice memo feature or keep a small notebook nearby. Recordings like this will become priceless family treasures later on. Number 4 is to create a story time ritual. Maybe it's Sunday evenings or before bedtime. Pick a moment to share one memory together. Keep it light, short, and heartfelt. Number 5 is share your own stories too. Sometimes older adults hesitate to talk about themselves. When you share a memory of your own first, like your first car or your favorite teacher, it can spark their memory in return. If you're a caregiver, you might find that storytelling gives both you and your loved one a break from the stress of daily care tasks. It shifts the focus from caregiving to companionship. When you listen to their stories, even ones that you've heard many times before, you're honoring their identity. You're telling them your life matters. I still see you. And if your loved one repeats the same story over and over again, try to hear it as if it's the first time. Repetition often means that that particular memory holds deep emotional importance. So let them tell it. It might be the one story their heart needs to keep retelling. One of the most beautiful things families can do is involve children and grandchildren in storytelling. You might not realize it, but those stories shape how the younger generation sees themselves. A grandparent's story about surviving tough times or finding happiness in simple things teaches resilience, gratitude, and hope in the ways that no textbook can. It roots the younger person in a larger story, their family story, and that builds confidence and belonging. If your family is scattered, you can still connect through stories. Start a shared email thread or text thread, or create a family stories folder in the cloud. Even a 2-minute video from a grandparent saying, "Hey, here's how we used to celebrate birthdays when I was your age," can become a priceless gift. Even when memory loss progresses and stories become fragmented, the emotions attached to them often remain. That's why hearing familiar stories or being told, "Remember when?" can still bring smiles or comfort. Music, photos, and gentle conversation can awaken those memories and feelings. And even if words don't come, the shared experience, the laughter, the tone, the affection, still communicates love. Because storytelling isn't just about sharing information, it's about connection, about saying you have lived, you have mattered, and your story continues through us. So here's a little challenge for you this week. Choose one story to share or one to ask for. If you're an older adult, think of a memory that makes you smile, something from your childhood, your first job, or even a funny mistake. Share it with someone you care about. If you're a caregiver or family member, ask your loved one to tell you a story. You might say, "Hey Mom, I'd love to hear about how you and Dad met." Or, "What was your favorite summer when you were young? What did you do?" And if you can, write that story down or record it as the person tells it. Because one day that story, trust me, will mean more than you can imagine. Stories are the heartbeat of memory. They carry our love, our lessons, and our laughter across time. When we share them, we're not just preserving the past, we're nurturing connection in the present. We're saying, "I see you, I remember you, you still matter to me." So today, take a moment to share a story or to listen to one. Let the words fill the room and let the love inside them linger. Because long after we are gone, our stories are what remain, alive, enduring, and full of heart. So thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode touched your heart, share it with someone you love. A friend, a family member, or a caregiver who could use a reminder of the power of shared memories. You can find more reflections, caregiving guides, and senior living inspiration at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And come back tomorrow for another daily moment of calm, guidance, and encouragement right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, take care of yourself and the ones you love. Bye!
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.